welcome back to the Mellow Vibes channel. I am Tiffany, and today we're going to be talking about keeping your sanity when you're experiencing spiritual warfare. If this is your first time on my channel is here to help introspective, creative, spiritual, wanderlusting freedom seekers work towards living the life that they desire, develop and share their gifts with the world, be more self-aware. Self-awareness is key, and develop healthier relationships with themselves and with other people. Okay, so I don't know if I'll be looking at the camera because I'm still trying to get the hang of. Actually, I feel like this is my first video that I've done since getting this stand that sits on top of my computer so that I don't have to hold the camera or try to prop it up. And yeah, so we'll see. But I'm gonna be looking at my notes too. I was looking at, like, I've all these topics written down for videos, and I was like, I don't really want to talk about any of these. And I was like, let me talk about a little bit about what's been going on recently. And before I get into that, be sure to subscribe to my channel, turn on the notifications so you know when I have videos popping up. I don't know when I'm posting this video. I said I would probably start back with the topics end of April. I guess it's kind of the end of April. It's right now the 18th. But we'll see if I post it this week. So yeah, anyway, turn on notifications if this channel sounds like something you're into. I took a kind of big break on doing the topics because I was working on the podcast and traveling and stuff like that, and working on some videos for what I'll be talking about right now, actually. So if you have not seen in my past video where I do a Mellow Vibes update, I just did a quiz that you can, it's a quick 1-question quiz. Be sure to take it, and it will lead you to something that will be, pretty specific to what you answered. So it's called What's Your Current Vibe? So be sure to take the What's Your Current Vibe quiz, and you will, be given really a free session. That's essentially what it is, a free session that is specific to kind of what you are needing. So I always say that Mellow Vibes is for freedom, authenticity, identity, and evolution. So that is the focus of this quiz. So I'm gonna make this really, really quick because actually apparently I don't have that much time on my camera. So, but I've had recent attacks, like, just seems like spiritual attacks, but also like not like emotional attacks. And it was really crazy. It was really like, while everything else was falling into place in my life with new opportunities, with a new income, like the most income I've ever had, and just a ton of like new opportunities in my life, like just going well, and really all at the same time. It was at that time that I then was getting, the flip side in a certain area of my life. And it was really crazy. It was really a challenge. It really was attempting to shake me, and maybe some days did. And because I was just like, how could this be happening, and if you watch, I think it was my second Mexico video, I even say, like, yeah, I was kind of going through something. And yeah, it was for a while. It was like maybe a month and a half. And this recently was resolved actually while I was in Miami. Kind of just got a clarification on what was going on and what was true and what wasn't. So like I said, this was happening for like a month and a half. And so for me to try to keep my sanity during the whole thing was a work. and I don't know if it's like because I'm super private and like my Cancerian ways, like nobody could really know what was going on. Like I said something yesterday, which was like Resurrection Sunday, where we were talking about, like, I was like, let's, share like what what we're restoring in our lives, what is being renewed or whatever, it's spring and all that stuff. And I was like, I'm kind of renewing like a really, renewing my faith, and like restoring like a deeper connection with my faith even more. I mean, it's definitely, I feel more full of faith and I guess spiritually aligned than ever. And this was like a true test of that. Because I was like, yeah, because I was going through a lot in the last, like, month and a half. And my sister was like, what did you go through? And I was like, I don't share stuff. So, like, I was like, you wouldn't know because I'm not the person that's going to be talking about my business. The only person who knows people who knew what was going on were like my two best friends. And so, but I feel like I went through like every single emotion possible. Like, some days of maybe slight insanity and some of just like, okay. And I was like starting with like a new, with working with new people and everything. And to be able to even try to focus was such, I mean, it was work. It was work. While all this was going on. And so, yeah, I would say like if you are experiencing like attacks, emotional attacks, spiritual attacks, like spiritual warfare, like to focus on what makes you feel good. And so that's what I did a lot of. Like I danced a lot. I made sure to make that like a priority because I usually try to dance like once a week, like have a dance session with myself, dance party. But a lot of times I'll like, move it or be like, I don't really have time for this. But I made it a priority. Like, no, I'm going to dance. I'm making sure that I'm meditating. I'm making sure that, travel makes me feel good. I'm a huge traveler. And if you've been following my channel from the beginning, it was like primarily travel. And so I traveled. I went to Mexico. I just did the things that made me feel good, where I could really just experience some ease despite the circumstances. So it's about finding happiness and moments of joy despite the circumstances. And like had I allowed my faith to be like really shaken, like everything could have fallen apart. Had I been super reactive and not like assessing the situation, yeah, the fact that I was able to be sane as much as possible throughout that would be me focusing on what makes me feel good and focusing on me, and also making sure that I was meditating within my intuition. And I talked about this before in one of the videos about like connecting with intuition or something. It was like 2 months ago, so go find it, watch it. It was really good. And I talk about like how I have these conversations with God while I'm in my intuition space, and it's just always on point. And so God was telling me something and I was just like, but this seems crazy. And but like my peace was found through that. And so I spent more time there. And because I would be like, but God, you told me this, so what's happening? And it was just like having to trust. And within that, like I was able to keep my keep my sanity. And so I just want to make this super quick video, but like I said, focus on the things that give you peace. If you have not ever meditated in your intuition, like do that. You can get my cleanse tuition hypnosis, and that will go through like cleansing of the mind and then diving into and creating your intuition space. And so I'm like always in the same space when I'm meditating, like visually, and I'm always like sitting and talking with God there, and it's always like, okay, it's always that place of just like real honesty, and I know it's God that I'm hearing, because it's not even something that I would have ever said, So yeah, I would suggest that. Like Constitution, you can get it in my hypnosis bundle. It's also in the deep dive. And just to end the video and make it quick, leave me a comment and let me know if you have ever experienced like spiritual warfare, and like what that did to you, and like how did you manage it, and like what did you do to find peace, because I just felt like this was like really trying to shake everything that I had faith in. And but I kept my faith. I kept my faith, and like everything is good. So yeah, let me know in the comments. Be sure to sign up for my mailing list to get notes from me, special discounts on offers, learn about the deep dive, schedule sessions with me. And again, definitely check out the What's Your Current Vibe quiz, and check out all the information in the description box, because, you know, there's a lot. And don't forget to like and share this video.